Okay, well, there are so many sex scenes in this book and in Folly. How did you research those?
Well, now researching sex scenes is a funny thing because, I mean, we've all sort of done it. We all know what it's about, but writing about it is a very different thing. I think, firstly, you either can or you can't. I personally really enjoy it. I've written a lot of thrillers, and I can tell you now, I would far rather write a romantic bedroom scene than write a conflict scene in a thriller because you're basically, whenever you write, you're channeling emotions, and when you write a sex scene, you're channeling much nicer emotions. You're making yourself feel all good and in love and wonderful. It is hard though, and that is a pun. um, but I think one of the main things you realize is that there aren't enough words in the English language which actually describe the actions you need to describe. For instance, thrust, there are just not enough synonyms for that word. And it can lead you into a great deal of searching in the thesaurus and using similes and metaphors and because you don't want a scene of any kind, and particularly not a sex scene, to become samey. You cannot repeat. So even if the guy is doing the same thing over and over again, you have to sort of phrase it differently. And also, obviously, try and break away from the actual physical by bringing emotions into it and sensations and all the rest. So it's quite a challenge, but it's a lot of fun.
All right, well, you mentioned that you thought about your own situation and what might you do if this happened to you. Have you ever considered being a Dom?
Yes, but I mean, it's so tempting to wonder what it would be like to do it just once, just to have one client, just to try. But no, the thing is that before you do, there are just so many logistics to set up. You couldn't do just one client because how do you find that client and where do you do your domination? And what would happen if everything went wrong?
These are very good questions.
In real life, I think for any dominatrix to start up takes quite an investment in terms of time and in terms of money and in terms of sort of knowledge and what you put into it and in terms of risk. And so actually I've felt that, tempting as it might be just to try, just to see, I'm really better off behind a computer than I am holding a whip.